Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Yesterday, LEGO was forced to reveal the new Hogwarts Express Collector's Edition set because they accidentally shipped it to somebody instead of the Lion Knight's Castle set. I think that actually happened to multiple people. Unfortunately, I was not one of those lucky few. My Lion Knight's Castle was delivered yesterday, which was kind of a shame because I really would have preferred to get this set early. It's going to come out while I'm at school, so I'm not going to be able to build it until like December. But this set has 5,129 pieces. It's going to retail for an insane 500 US dollars, making it the most expensive Harry Potter set to date, but it's not the biggest in terms of piece count. And it's going to release on August 31st instead of September 1st. That is literally the day that school starts for me, and I'm going up to school like 3 days before that. I wish this was having a mid-August VIP release so that I could buy it before I went. But yeah, this set should not be $500. Let's get that out of the way. Yes, it has 5,000 pieces. Yes, it has 20 minifigures. Most of the minifigures are kind of lame. I've already, taken a dive into this set in my first look video. Now we have official images, but I don't think there's going to be that much more to talk about. But yeah, this is not a $500 set. Absolutely not. This, I think, honestly, it looks like a $400 set to me. Maybe 450, but 500 is definitely pushing it. I will be buying it on day one because I do collect every Harry Potter set and I always buy them on day one, but I will be knocking the price down with some of my VIP points and yeah, but this should not be $500. The other thing I want to point out before we get into it is all of these renders are super cheap and look terrible. Like Lego always uses renders for, official images on the site and stuff. But for some reason for this set, they're just so bad. Like everything here looks like it's out of a video game, whereas usually it looks pretty realistic. So I feel like that's also not helping me get a good look at the set because Lego is using such like cheap CGI for some reason. So here's the set. You have way too much track. You have a train with just one passenger car, and then you have this really awkward, tiny section of platform 9 3/4. I don't think anything here is executed well. I think the train is, I think everything looks really good and it's been designed very well, but everything is just too little in a set this big. The train should have another passenger car. For this much money, it definitely should have another passenger car. It doesn't need this much track. Why is the track this built up? You have Technic bricks down here. You have a whole layer of bricks on plates. Then you have another layer of sloping bricks. Then you have another layer of plates, and then you have fully built up track. That's just excessive. No one needs that. I incorrectly said in my first look video that Lego could have just put this on regular track. They couldn't. Apparently, this train is 7 wide instead of 6 wide, like Lego's normal track. That's also very weird and stupid to me. I don't know if that's like true or not. Like I can't tell from this image. We'll see. But it's either 7 or 8 wide. So it is bigger than Lego's usual trains, but barely. So I find that to be fundamentally odd. And I will say, like the first time I looked at this, I was a little bit confused at how at like all the pieces are the same. Like yeah, the train's like kind of longer and it's taller, but other than that, like all of the actual pieces, like they use this exact same print on the $80 train and they're using it here. So I don't know. I do think that it's not like kind of it is big and impressive, but I still feel like it's a little bit underwhelming, especially for a $500 price and only including one passenger car. And I mean, I did talk about this in the first look video as well, but this pathetic little platform is so stupid. I hate that these arches just like disappear into nothingness while the train continues far beyond them. I really think that Lego needed to make this like a third bigger. Like they needed to have 3 full arches so that this platform covered half of the train instead of covering a third of the train. Because right now it just looks really, really awkward to me having like these incomplete arches, and I think just having complete ones would make this look perfect. So I think that that's a huge mistake on the part of the designer. I really want to expand this, but I don't really know how, and I don't really want to spend the money to. But that's just so disappointing, in my opinion. It's so disappointing. Like to have something that looks this bad in a $500 set is embarrassing, quite frankly. Because if the train ended there too, I wouldn't really have a problem with half arches. But the train just keeps going so much further, so much further. Like the entire locomotive is uncovered by the station. So I'm not really loving that. The box looks good, much like Diagon Alley, because it's so long it just disappears into the distance. Here is our 360-degree video, which is super zoomed out because the set is so long. And this is our best look at the actual size of the cars. I'm very happy that the passenger car is so long. It looks really accurate. Same thing for the tender car. The tender car is usually extremely short, but I'm glad that, everything is proportionally accurate in this set. So, I mean, hey, at least it's got that going for it. There's a bunch of Technic connections, I think, so that you can connect the station on either side, and presumably so you can expand the station. But yeah, I mean, like, I couldn't even buy a second passenger car from someone on eBay because then I'd also have to buy, like, so many ridiculous pieces to build up the track to go with it. And I mean, having the track is nice. I just don't think it needed that many pieces. Like, I like having built up track, but I would have been happy if it was just flat on the ground. I don't need, like all of these bricks. I definitely don't need 2 bricks worth of height. I thought this would be 1 brick worth of height. So there's just so many wasted parts that go into the track, in my opinion. And it looks nice, but I don't think it looks like, oh, I'm glad I paid $100 for this stretch of track nice, because that's what it feels like to me. It feels like I'm paying at least 50, if not $100 for this long bit of track, because this is 46 and a half inches long, that track. So yeah, because the train itself looks like a $250 to $300 set. I'll give it $300, but I feel like that's a little bit expensive, but fine, I'll give the train $300, but then I'm paying $100 for the track and $100 for the station. So $100 for track that I don't want, and $100 for a half-finished station that looks bad. So you do have these quote tiles throughout the set. I do not like the one here. Yes, this is an iconic scene. Yes, it's an iconic quote, but I think it ruins the look of the platform a little bit. But I mean, this is a really cute display with the kids. We'll talk about the minifigures more separately, though. And then we have the carriages, and you can see, again, the renders are just so bad. Like, Hermione literally looks like she's from the video game, not an actual minifigure. Has anyone seen a toad? Great quote. I hope that these are not stickers. I hope they're prints, but I think they might be stickers based on, like, how the light is reflecting on them, which would be really annoying to me. You do have light bricks in every carriage, and they are activated from the outside, so you can actually shine the light through while the train is closed, which I think is pretty cool. This is the scene where the Dementor comes on board. Another iconic scene, but I don't think this quote is, like, very iconic. And then, oh, they don't even have a close-up of the third one. But the third one is with Luna and Harry, and I don't know why they don't include the close-up, but it's rack spurts. Your head is full of them. Sure, I remember that Harry got into a tussle with Draco in the Half-Blood Prince, but I remember that Luna saved him, but I do not. I mean, yeah, I kind of remember this quote, but the point is, it's not as iconic as the other two scenes. I think that this one is a little bit weaker. And I mean, I get that, like, I wanted to represent, scenes on the train through the movies, but like some of these quotes seem like they're pushing it a little bit to me. Here is the locomotive. I think it looks pretty good. There's actually a function. You can put a lever into the bell there, and you can turn it, and it'll make, like, the wheels turn. That's cool, but you know what would have also been cool? Motorization in a set this expensive. I mean, I know it can't really run on Lego track, but I mean, I could run it on my floor if you gave me motors in a $500 set, but they don't, which is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, yeah, I guess the set isn't meant to be motorized, but I feel like Lego could have made this locomotive they could have made this train the exact same size. They could have put it on a regular track that just had pieces on it to make it look a little bit better, and they could have included motors for $500 instead of this. This is the tender car. I really like the stickers on the side here. I think that that looks perfect, and I like how this like kind of outline is brick built. So that looks pretty cool to me. And then we have the passenger car, which also looks pretty good. And yeah, it's got 3 compartments and a couple of doors. But yeah, I really wish we got more than one of these. And I do think I really like the light brick feature. I think that that's really neat. But having them stick out of the top the of the car like this, it ruins the aesthetic a little bit. Just a little bit. It's not a huge deal, but in a $500 set, again, I mean, do you really want to see little gray knobs sticking out of a black roof? Not really. Here is the station, and see, the station looks fine here with the arches disappearing into the distance when there's not a train that's continuing far beyond them. I really like the look of this thing overall. Love all the arches. I love the use of these heavy rounded bricks. There's some gapping here that I don't love, but I don't really think there was a better way for Lego to do, this kind of like curved, like tiled appearance. So I think that's fine. I really like the black arches on the other side as well. And then we have a little UCS style plaque. So that's cool. I mean, I like it. It's kind of more classy than regular UCS ones because it's got the yellow in there. And then we have like a life-size platform 9 3/4 or a life-size Hogwarts Express ticket. This is a really cool piece. I really like this. This is 100% printed. This cannot be a sticker. But I think that this is awesome. I really like having something like this in the set. Other than that, the only other thing to talk about is getting real images instead of the renders. As you can see, it is pretty big, but it's just not $500 big. Not at all. Like, there's nothing that Lego can tell me that would make this set worth $500. Oh, and the minifigures. I guess Lego did not have just separate shots of the minifigures. All of the year one figures look perfect to me. Someone pointed out that Ron does have a new face. It's the same expression, but he has some dirt on his nose, on his non-existent Lego nose, which I think is really cute. Then the Prisoner of Azkaban minifigures. Love all of the torsos here. I think that they all look perfect. No complaints really here, except that I wish Ron had a new face because Harry and Hermione got new faces this year, but he didn't. Half-Blood Prince minifigures look pretty decent as well, but I wish Harry had some detailing on his jeans. Again, it doesn't need to be anything fancy, but something would be nice. Like that Luna has a new face. I love that like broken glasses face for Harry. That's perfect. But Draco should have had a new face. Honestly, he's been reusing this Star Wars person's face for the last 3 years of Lego Harry Potter. Getting a new face for him in a set this expensive would be nice. And then the epilogue minifigures, which I have major beef with. I don't care about the 2 random students. They look cool, but get them out of here. I want Ron and Hermione, not random students. I don't know how Lego dropped the ball this hard. Harry and Ginny, faces look good. Hair for Ginny sucks. They needed print. Again, I don't care if they're just wearing pants. Put some buckles on there. Put some creases on there. It's a $500 set. And these are the 19 years later minifigures that people have been wanting for years. And then the kids also look like a hot pile of garbage. I love James Sirius's hair. And I think the hair on Lily Luna and James Sirius looks okay, but Albus Severus, I thought his hair was brown in the movie. I do not like this kind of skater boy hair for him. It does not really work in my opinion. And the faces on all of these guys suck because they're all reused from other minifigures. I recognize James's face, but I don't know what set it's from. So if you guys want to let me know in the comments, that would be greatly appreciated. But Albus and Lily are just using the exact same stupid generic child face print that Lego uses. Why? Make them new faces. I think Lily's works okay because she does have freckles and everything in the movie. I think she looks like the actress and everything looked enough like this that I can excuse this. But Albus Severus looks nothing like this. He was kind of grumpy on the platform because he was worried about being sorted into Slytherin. He wasn't looking all cheery like this. He does not have freckles. This face looks terrible. And he's also older than Lily Luna. This kid's 11. I mean, I guess this is kind of the 11-year-old faces for Harry, Ron, and Hermione. But still, I really think that they should have made a new face for him. That's just inexcusable, in my opinion. So, yeah, I'm sure I'm going to like this set more once I've actually built it, once I'm holding it in my hands, because that's usually how it goes with Lego sets. But right off the bat, I can tell you that Lego did not deliver here, I think. I think that they dropped the ball in a lot of respects. And I don't think my opinion on that will change. I think I will like it for what it is once I have it, but I don't think I'm ever going to like the price it's at, and I don't think that I'm ever going to like that this is what they did with their Hogwarts Express direct-to-consumer set, instead of giving us 2 passenger cars and a proper train station. So that's it for today. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and check out my website, goldenninja3000.com, and I'll see you guys in more videos soon. Bye for now.